Hey, fellas.
Fellas!
Welcome back to the Fellas Show in our normal situation. Everything's the way it should be. Look at this.
I have my laptop, my microphone, my camera, my dual monitors, my Bang Energy. Oh God, I feel good. I feel like I'm at home.
There's no planes out the window. There's nothing.
I feel like the fella captain of the ship when I'm in this spot. I'm like, hey, the fellas are taken care of when I'm sitting right here. I feel like the pilot of the ship. Follow me, fellas. I'll take you to the promised land.
There we go. It is a Tuesday, June 22nd. We're back as always. And we're ready to talk some sporting news. Isn't that right?
It is right. Boy, was it a long night, Sean.
Yeah.
Last night got the best of me. I'm not gonna lie. I was ready to do some mean things to some people.
I could imagine.
I got stuck in Bismarck, fucking North Dakota, and then stuck in Minneapolis for 8 hours. Oh man. But the good news is I wasn't gonna be able to watch sports. But then we switched planes to a Delta flight that had live TV on it, and I got to watch baseball. I just got to watch baseball. I was like, all right, fine.
Dude, the live TV on the planes has been one of the biggest come-ups of last
it is so nice watching because they got ESPN, ESPN2. I always watching that shit on flights. That's a great idea. Thank you, Delta, for making my trip, not as bad as it could. Thank you, Delta. All right, let's get into some sports news. I want to touch on it briefly. I don't want to make it a big deal because it's not, because it shouldn't be. It shouldn't make headlines, but we do have to talk about it. Carl Nassib has come out as the first openly gay NFL football player. As I said, it shouldn't be breaking news.
It just has to because I guess it's the first.
Yeah, it's the first time. I hope one day it's not breaking news, but it is. And he had just a minute-long video, and it was very short and to the point, and it was just really well done. It was kind of shocking to see. I kind of forgot that no one has come out as openly gay because Michael Sam never actually got onto a team.
Right, I was about to say, I forgot. I wonder.
Yeah, because Michael Sam was going to be the one, but he never actually. Well, he got drafted as like the last player in the draft, and then never actually got signed to a team.
To the Cowboys, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. What was he, a D tackle or something?
Yeah, either D line, maybe linebacker.
Yeah. Anyways, Carl Nassib donated $100,000 on top of the video. Announced he's donating $100,000 to the Trevor Project. Did I get that right? I believe it is the Trevor Project, which helps with. I think they're the leading charity or organization for LGBTQ youth suicide prevention. Just a really good deal all the way around. Like I said, don't want to get too far into it because it doesn't need to be. I hope one day it's not a breaking story, but where we are right now, it is. And good for Carl. Good for the NFL. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people who come out very soon after this. I think I saw a couple tweets that said finally someone got the ball rolling. They go, watch how many come out now. And I think it's true.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that 54-man rosters across 32 teams.
Statistically,
there's only one. Yeah. So I hope there's more that come out soon. But yeah, good for the NFL. I think everyone. I didn't really expect to see much backlash, but I was glad to see that there wasn't hardly any at all. No one was saying stupid stuff. Everyone seemed pretty happy about it and just good.
Yeah,
good stuff.
I think, dude, I was thinking the same thing. I was kind of expecting to see some like, oh, well then how are you gonna be on the locker room? How are you gonna all that kind of stuff?
Yeah,
because I feel like that did even happen.
Michael Sam.
Michael Sam, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So, that was the big narrative. Was how was he going to be in the locker room? And
that made me feel pretty good to see. I was like, okay, that's legitimate progress right there. That's like,
yeah.
I remember the dude from Hard Knocks. Maybe his financial advice was a little questionable there. Not questionable, but boy, if you can make a 10% return on anything in a year, you'll be profitable. Shout out Carl, man. Do you see that? See the Browns
I
season
did
on
not.
Hard Knocks?
I didn't. Yeah, because he's played for what, the Browns
And then he
the
went to the Buccaneers
Bucks, and
because
now
he
he's at the
didn't even make
Raiders.
the Browns roster, I don't think. And then went to
Okay.
the Bucks and then the Raiders. Dude, in Hard Knocks, he's like, I forget if it was one of the things where everyone had to like share like something their passion. I don't know. God bless your soul.
Thank you. Oh.
He was like up at a whiteboard explaining like investing,
Yeah.
and he was doing a good job as a concept, but boy, he was being generous in his returns on investment. Like, if you make a 10% return on whatever your paycheck is all these years, it's like dang, 10% return's pretty solid every year. But he was a funny guy. He was definitely he was one of the stars of the show. So
Was he? Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't see. I didn't
absolutely.
watch that season, so I wasn't. But no, good for the NFL. Good for Carl. And I hope we get to see a little bit more of it, and hopefully in the future it's not breaking news when it happens. But good for Carl. Good for the NFL. Happy for him.
it's good someone did it. Like,
Yeah.
shout out to Carl for doing it first.
And I
Making
don't
it
want to.
easier for some other people.
I don't want to get into it, but Michael Sam, when he did it, it kind of made it a pretty big deal and everything like that. And I just liked how nonchalant Carl was about it.
Yeah.
Not that Michael Sam did anything wrong, but Carl was just like a minute-long video. Was like, "Hey guys, I'm gay." It's like, "Oh, okay, Carl, good for you."
Right.
I just liked it. It seemed like a very down-to-earth, like simple guy, and he's like, "I just want to say that I'm gay," and yep, and yep, and yep. That's the video's over, and it's like, "Oh, okay, thanks, Carl." So yeah, funny
It's
stuff.
a good way to go about it, man.
Good way to go about it. Thank you, Carl.
Thank you, Carl.
Move on. Different sport. MLB. Jacob Degrom, dude, is just so.
He broke another record, didn't he?
I looked at his stats yesterday. 30 consecutive scoreless innings across 5 or 6 starts. 30 consecutive scoreless innings. What was it? 12 something or other. His ERA officially dropped to a 0.5 now. He's almost under a 0.5 ERA. And I don't know what his whip is right now. Here, DeGrom's whip. I think it's no, not that. What is his whip? War is unbelievable. Oh my god.
You know what's crazy about his 30 consecutive scoreless innings?
What's that?
It's one shy of his career high.
Wait, he hasn't even broken his own record?
He's gone 31 before.
Oh my god, dude. This man is absolutely nuts. Like, it's actually insane what he's doing. I can't find his current whip right now for some odd reason. Anyway, it's nuts. It's like never been even close to being touched before. 0.5 is quite literally unheard of. Hang on. Jacob Degrom's 0.5 ERA in 12 starts this season is tied for the second lowest ERA in any 12 start span within a season since ERA became official in 1968. He also has a record-setting whip and opponent batting average over that span. And I watched him yesterday, and after the first inning, he did get checked. He got a mandatory check from the umpire on the hat, and he got hat, glove, and they made him check his belt too. That was an interesting one. I haven't seen that check yet. They made him check his belt, and then there's a clip of him and his catcher. I don't know his catcher's name. They're walking off out of the inning together, and they just look at each other and kind of smirk at each other. It was pretty funny. ESPN caught it. It was pretty funny. Jacob Degrom last 50 innings pitched, 15 hits allowed, 5 walks, 3 runs allowed, 76 strikeouts, 0.4 whip, opponents batting under 100, 0.091.
0.0. Holy moly. I don't even know what to, like. Gee, I mean, dude, he's like as far as someone that you can just say statistics about that every single one of them just hits. This is and
I'm not even we're not huge baseball guys. I don't know all the deep analytics of baseball and everything like that. But man, even I know that this is just the most incredible thing. I watched highlights of him yesterday pitching, and it's like, how are you ever gonna hit a ball? Like the ball starts from here and then goes here on a force or on a curveball, and then goes here and goes here on a fastball. Like, how do you tell the difference? It's incredible.
I mean, there's he's had 12 straight starts with 1 earned run or less, which is a record for starting pitchers now. Since 1968, that record was in place.
I think the stats just go over.
More and more. He's the only pitcher ever to record 100 strikeouts and have an ERA below 0.6 during a 12-start stretch. And then, dude, and he's just so cool, too.
I know.
At the end, it says, he said he didn't feel any physical issues during the start, and he left after 5 innings and 70 pitches because, quote, that was enough.
It really was, too.
Dang, that's how you go out. Yeah, that was enough.
Yeah, no, I was watching that game.
This one up.
7 innings. He pitches what? 5.5, right? 6. Literally leaves the game. Next pitcher comes in, lets up 2 immediately, and it's like, oh my god, dude! Just have the dude pitch all 9 innings every game. I'm sure he's still better than what would happen if you put your bullpen in.
He's insane.
This guy is immortal at this point.
Hey, shout out to Delta.
Hey, shout out to Delta. For God. I was going to lose my shit yesterday. I was going to lose it. 6 hours from Montana to North Dakota, drive, only to hop on a flight, only to get on a layover that's delayed 7 hours.
That's brutal, man.
But I'm here for 2 more days until I get on another flight.
What?
It's a brutal life I lived, I tell you. It's a tough one. What else do we have to talk about? What else? Oh, there's a bunch of NFL news going on.
Oh yeah.
We got people getting shot. We got people getting arrested.
Dude.
We got.
It's
so
wild
to start it off, because it's my team. Jalen Twyman.
And it's one of the craziest headlines I've seen.
Yeah. Jalen Twyman, Minnesota rookie, just drafted him. He's a defensive tackle. Goes home to Washington, D.C. and gets shot 4 times. 4. Not once, not twice, not 3 times.
Items to go into your body.
And hey, he's gonna make a full recovery. Doesn't need surgery. No, nothing. He's good. Very happy about that. But the one part about this is Drew Rosenhaus. I think it's Rosenhaus.
Mm-hmm.
The agent that literally 80% of NFL players have.
Right.
Speaks up for him and goes, yep, just a wrong place, wrong time kind of deal. Excuse me, what? I can understand getting shot 1 time, maybe even twice. Wrong place, wrong time, bullets going around, whatever. You're in a bad situation, whatever. Not my place to say. But 4 times? Wrong place, wrong time? You got shot 4 times?
Yeah, I mean,
while on a trip back home to where you grew up.
It's certainly not the right place at the right time if you get shot 4 times. But
no, glad he's okay. But that was just a strange comment to be like, oh, just wrong place, wrong time. Like, no, someone was shooting at him for a reason. You don't just, 4 stray bullets just don't happen. But hey, what do I know? I've never shot anyone, so I guess I might not be educated in that field. But he gets shot at 4 times while going home to DC. And then we have Frank Clark, the defensive end for Kansas City, gets arrested for having an Uzi in his car, in LA, driving around. So I don't know how they figured out that he has an Uzi in his truck, but they pull him over and dude's just got an Uzi. Like, what are you doing? You're an NFL player. Why do you have an Uzi in your truck? Why do you have an Uzi at all?
Yeah, dude, he was doing that. Dude, you can't have that in LA for sure. Like, out of places to drive around with an Uzi in your car. It's probably you don't want to do it in New York. You probably don't want to do it in LA. Based on like, firearm laws, like, geez, dude, yeah, you're gonna get put away.
Here's the little first part of the headline. Clark, 28, was pulled over for a vehicle violation south of downtown Los Angeles at about 9:20 on Sunday p.m. LAPD public officer. Yeah. Officers noticed a bag with an Uzi sticking out in plain sight in the car. Clark was then arrested on suspicion of having concealed firearm in a vehicle. He was booked into Los Angeles County Jail and released Monday afternoon on a $35,000 bond, according to the count. We are aware of the matter, which will be reviewed under the NFL's personal conduct policy, NFL spokesperson said. Apparently, it belonged to his bodyguard, even though, why does your bodyguard have an Uzi?
Dude, if your bodyguard needs to pull out the Uzi, wrong place, wrong time.
Wrong place, wrong time. Oh God. What? Oh, there's.
Oh wait, I want to go back to the Twyman one.
Oh, we're going back to
just so I was looking at it and I was reading because I wanted to see like what kind of. It said all he has is superficial exit wounds, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm just saying, how do you have an exit wound but not an entrance wound? You know.
And what's the difference between a superficial wound and just a wound? One made up, like, did he make it up? Like, it just.
It's superficial.
Like,
it's nothing but a hole in me.
It's a scheme to get him out of his contract. He's pulling an Antonio Brown. Antonio froze his feet to get out of his contract. Wyman got shot 4 times to get out of his contract.
Frank Clark shot him.
With his Uzi.
That's how you take 4 shots. It's got to be like an Uzi.
Gotta be an Uzi, right?
But, yeah, dude, that's
the only way you're wrong place, wrong time is if that was. Good Lord. Yeah, but the NFL is just kind of going crazy. Eli Manning joins the New York front office in business operations and fan engagement role, which is basically just a nice way of saying that they're going to bring him around for big season ticket owners. I worked for the Flyers who did this. They had one of their, I forget the name now. One of the old stars on the Flyers, really well-known player, played for the Flyers for a long time, but that's what they do. Because I was in game day operations, so every once in a while we'd have to take him and just run him by all the suites and everything and have him meet kind of like the important season ticket owners and the big corporate people. So I'm guessing that's probably what he's doing. It's just kind of a friendly face to a little incentive for big season ticket holders and things. But hey, good for Eli. He's back on the New York Giants payroll, probably getting paid way too much once again. But good for him. Found a new job.
Apparently he's getting a TV series too.
Is he?
Yeah,
Are him and Peyton ever going to do anything together? Or are they just kind of their separate entity at this point? You would think like the Manning brothers show or something like that. I'd watch. Those guys are freaking hysterical. Peyton Manning's a funny dude, and I'm sure Eli is too.
Eli is funny. He's not. I mean, he's not as funny.
He's not as.
He doesn't have the timing Peyton does because Peyton has impeccable timing. But
yeah,
they were in a commercial together.
They were in a couple of them
years ago. I think they were like on a series of them.
And then they were kicking each other down the hall in the ESPN commercial.
Yeah.
Where it's like him, Peyton, and Archie, the 3 of them.
Yeah, dude, those were great.
I miss those. Where do they still do those?
No.
Do they still have that series? God, those were. What is it? This is ESPN or This is Sports. What were those segments?
ESPN,
this is ESPN or something, right? God, those were hysterical. Every single one of those were so funny.
This is Sports Center.
This is Sports Center. There it is. Like LeBron sitting in his king chair in the office, and then like the mascot ones. Oh God, those are all so funny. They need to start doing stuff like that again. Maybe ESPN could be resurged if you just stop putting random fucking talk shows on there that no one gives a shit about with people that are uneducated and actually give the people what they want, ESPN, considering you have a monopoly on sports. Bastards.
Let's see. Looks like they didn't. This is sport. Wow, this is Sports Center Wikipedia page
I'm sure.
specifically for the series of television commercials.
Really?
Yeah. It went happened from '94, and they stopped in 2019. It seems like.
Huh. Why is my? Please stop it. Oh no, my computer. Hang on. My computer's just being dumb now. All right, we're good. God, sometimes I hate just technology, you know? Sometimes it just doesn't work.
I feel
It
you,
just doesn't work.
Like, what's even?
But we're working now.
What did he even do? How do
That's
computers
the
even
YouTube.
work,
Just
bro?
the
I don't
YouTube's
trust
being dumb.
computers.
The YouTube's just being dumb. What else? There was another NFL story too, and I don't remember what it was. Oh, someone else got arrested, didn't they? Or got in trouble for doing something
Another
stupid?
one?
I'm
mean,
not sure.
sounds right, but
Oh yeah, Arizona, their rookie, their 16th overall pick, Zaven Collins, gets arrested for excessive speed and reckless driving. I think he's gonna be fine. It sounded like he got released the next day, and
probably like 30 over or something, and they get you with the reckless.
I'm sure he's driving his brand new Lamborghini of some
Right.
kind and going 100 in a 40 because it's just a straightaway, and he got caught, and and he got that big old signing bonus. Yeah. Oh well. No, I think that was it. Well, shit, not much news on this day. Wait, no, something happened in tennis. Am I wrong? I might be wrong.
I mean, I hope something happened.
No, I don't think it did. Oh, God, dude, I'm dumb. I didn't put it on the Twitter thing either. The NCAA just ruled, the Supreme Court just ruled over the NCAA into now they cannot limit compensations in educational manners for student athletes. So, because I actually kind of went to school for stuff like this, I took a deep dive in this article and kind of made sense of it because there's a lot of lawyer talk and there's a lot of just weird stuff that kind of went with it. However, to my best knowledge, and I have some previous knowledge on this subject matter because I learned from a lot of smart, great professors when I went to school for this. Basically, the Supreme Court ruled that the NCAA has an antitrust, which they do. They are literally a cartel. They are highly illegal. The NCAA and what they do, highly illegal, and no other industry in the U.S. would they be allowed to do what they do. However, they have a monopoly on college sports and broadcasts. And it's just the way it is. However, they are losing that grip on that power quickly. And this court case will be the ball that absolutely gets it rolling on the NCAA pretty much no longer existing, unless they change their business model and how they make money. Basically, here and now, let me get the actual decision. Justice Neil Gorsuch wrote the court's opinion, which upheld a district court judge's decision that the NCAA was violating antitrust law by placing limits on the education-related benefits that schools can provide to athletes. The decision allows schools to provide their athletes with unlimited compensation as long as it is some way connected to their education. So, a little bit of lawyer talk where it's still they absolutely should be getting paid. Yes, Jason, absolutely should be getting paid. But more than just what this does is what it opens up now. The fact that they cannot now limit their compensation as long as it's tied to education. This now 100% opens the door for making money off name, image, and likeness. This just threw open that door, and now the NCAA is actually trying to get an antitrust exemption, a temporary antitrust exemption, because they realize that they're screwed now, or they're going to be screwed. And because of this, everyone's now filing lawsuits. They already have like 12, I think, on board for the same kind of stuff. And they're expected to have probably another 20 in the next couple weeks here. So they're trying to get an antitrust temporary exemption so they can change their business model to make money, because they know that in the current state of things, with the rules that just are changing, they're not going to be able to make money at all.
No.
So they're going to have to find new ways to make money. The vote was completely unanimous. It was 9-0. And some voters were a lot more aggressive than others. Some are like doubling up and going after the NCAA again right after this. It looks like the NCAA is in trouble, big trouble. Like I said, I read this whole article. It just kind of talked about, it's not a huge win for student athletes right now, but the fact that it opened the door for so much more. And I don't necessarily like the wording of the unlimited compensation as long as it is some way connected to their education. I don't like that sentence there. That doesn't quite make me feel better about it, because I don't necessarily want college athletes to be getting paid salaries and things like that.
Yeah.
But name, image, and likeness is just something that you can't strip from someone.
Right. I don't know how.
It's their own human. I don't know how you
that rule
ever
gets put in place in the first place. Like,
I don't know how you could ever take something from someone that they made individually. Like, yes, they're in your league, absolutely, but you can't just take what that person would make. It's just absolutely ridiculous.
See, like, how
absolutely ridiculous.
Excuse me. I do, because you can, like, yeah, I can see the argument, like, yeah, salary for like you get a check every 2 weeks, like, it's a little maybe different, but how are you gonna strip someone of like the right to do anything with their name? Like,
yeah,
because that's one of the like prime benefits. Like, you could have camps, you could have whatever, you could do little brand deals, and it doesn't hurt anybody. It doesn't.
No.
Like, if you're really worried, I don't know. There's so many, like,
and
I don't know. If you spend like 5 hours a day, 6 hours a day at football practice, and it's like, oh, but you can't go to one event because it's gonna spoil your education.
And
it's like,
and they can't have part-time jobs. Remember, college athletes cannot have jobs, which is absurd.
That's so. What do you?
Exactly.
I know they typically get like stipends and all, but still, not.
Yeah, okay, so I'll put it this way. When I think of salary, it makes me think of much more money, and I shouldn't think of that, because a salary for a college athlete for like $600 a month or whatever, pay for his groceries, pay for their groceries,
right.
whatever. I think I'm okay with that. Like, and that's kind of what happens already. They basically pay for their housing, but they all have free housing, so it's just like extra money.
Right.
And I've known plenty of athletes through Temple and things, and they're financially okay because of the sport they play and everything like that. And I'm totally okay with that. I just don't want to see, $5,000 a month get dished out to college athletes and things like that as a salary. A couple $100, perfect. Just the cost of living kind of thing. But absolutely, you should be able to make money off name, image, and likeness. And this court case makes it a huge, huge step in the right direction to get that passed. Basically, in the article, they said it would be damn near impossible to reject it now based off the last ruling, and everyone's going to go for it. There's going to be so many athletes and former athletes that file lawsuits, and that's why the NCAA wants their temporary antitrust exemption, because they know they are going to get sued up the fucking wazoo after this, and they're probably pretty nervous.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This is basically the first court case that ruled heavily against the NCAA since 1985, and that was Regents case of Oklahoma. I think it was Oklahoma. Yes, Oklahoma University was suing because they were able to get on television, because people in Oklahoma are crazy about their college. They were able to get on TV and things like that, and the NCAA did stop them, and Oklahoma sued them back and said, you can't stop us from making money. So that was the first case that allowed schools to make money, individual schools to make money off of sports. And now this is the first court case that'll allow actual students to make money. So 36 years in between, Schools allowed to make money. We now have players that are allowed to make money. 36 years.
Wow.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
What a mess.
What an absolutely stupid organization that just does not care about their people.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
No, the NCAA gets a lot of shit that they do deserve, and they also get a lot of shit that they don't deserve. Because let's not forget that the NCAA has been providing scholarships for student athletes for the past 100 years. So got to count them a little bit of credit, but it's time to find a new business model because you got to stop making money the way they are now. You can find other ways to make money, NCAA.
It's
you don't
just
have
like
to, you don't have to
like,
take it from your
the
players.
salaries and all that. Yeah, that seems like it could be. Yeah, that's where you lose it. But you don't lose anything by letting other people make money.
Yeah, I mean, they lose their grip on their monopoly, and it could probably get out of hand. But it's like, then redo your business model. Your business model is 130 years old. Maybe it's time for a new one.
But here's
just
the
maybe.
thing, like anything that there's probably like 20 players, like, period, that are whatever they're gonna be doing with their likeness, their name, all that are gonna make a substantial enough amount of money that like the NCAA would even feel it at all. You know, there's probably 20 players in the world in college sports,
and maybe not even. Maybe not even.
Yeah.
But the thing that, and I know we've talked about this briefly, the thing that I really, really like about name, image, and likeness is the guys that are playing D1 at Texas State, Southern Christian Academy, Lutheran Baptist, whatever college that is, that, you know, the local restaurant goes, hey, we'll pay you $1,000 to come around here twice a week
do
and
signings, do whatever.
Yeah. Like, what a good opportunity for these guys that would also never get public attention, not going to show up,
and for like small
small businesses. Like, it'd be awesome. I think that part of it is what you're going to see a lot too from these smaller colleges, is local restaurants, local businesses sponsoring players and things like that. I think it's an awesome opportunity to help both sides, you know, give the players a little bit of money that they probably wouldn't see otherwise, and then, you know, help small businesses around. I could see it being such a good thing for smaller players rather than bigger players. I know that everyone focuses on the Trevor Lawrences of the world that would probably make $500,000 to $1 million in college with name, image, and likeness. But I think we really need to be focusing on the smaller players in this whole conversation, because they're the ones going to be scrapping up $500 to $1,000
right.
and actually, like, you know, helping themselves out throughout college.
Exactly. And that kind of stuff is not hurting anyone. Like,
no,
they're just
it's helping everyone.
Right. There's no, yeah, exactly. There's no loss to someone doing a week of like work with a used car dealership around the corner, you know, like no one loses, man. It's just good.
I'm all for Title IX, but Title IX needs to be.
Well,
I love Title IX. I just don't know how this works with that, because if it's not NCAA and it's coming from different sponsors, I feel like Title IX can't apply. They might try to get it to apply.
Title IX, it seems like it can be very interpreted based on however they want it to be interpreted.
It is. It's basically, there's 3 ways you can be Title IX, whatever you call it, Title IX. You fall in the
certified
jurisdiction of Title IX. Yeah, whatever it is. And it's like, I forget the 3 of them. It's lack of representation. So if there's no woman that want to have a bowling team, then you don't have to have a bowling team. However, if there's one woman that wants a bowling team, then you have to go through the whole process, kind of thing. And then there's student representation, equalization. So if you have 65% male, then you can have 65% of your money allocated to your male sports teams. Or it's within like 2.5% to 3%. And the other one is basically like a we're trying rule, where as long as you're making progress to get more equal, and that's where every single big college basically falls, is right there, is, oh, we're on our way to make things equal, and then they get away with it because, well, we stopped one male team this year, and then we added one women's team, or we allocated this much money this year rather than what we did last year. So that's how they get away with it. That's how most big schools get away with it. Or I shouldn't say get away with it, but kind of have their own interpretation of Title IX.
Yeah.
We're getting there. We're trying, but it's a very slow process. Yeah, good for the players, good for student athletes, good for the NCAA to lose some monopoly power there, lose some power because they just have too much right now. Give the power back to some players and restructure your business model, NCAA, because we're done with your shit. I want to see some college athletes make some money. I think it'd be cool.
It would be sick.
It's 10:40. Kick it to a break. Got a couple more news stories when we get back, and then bets at 11.
Here's
3
a quick
WNBA
fun
game.
guy to lead us
Yes,
out.
sir.
Are you familiar with Father's Day?
I think I've heard of it.
Are you familiar with father's shoes? You know, the classic dad, like the Air
Dad,
Monarchs.
yeah. Yep.
You see the Air Monarch cleats that
No.
who was rocking them? Manny Machado was rocking them for the Padres.
Oh, I was watching that game last night too.
It's even better because they're the fathers. There's 2 days. It was on Sunday. It was on Father's
Oh, it was on
Day.
Sunday.
The team called the fathers, and he had, here's the picture, the Air Monarch cleats.
Wow.
I didn't even know they were out. I didn't even know that existed.
Did you put it on the screen?
Yeah, it'll pop up.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh, those are kind of tough,
They're
actually.
clean, dude.
Oh, those are kind of. I like those actually. I was expecting to see like way more of a dad look, but those are clean. I like those. That's a funny idea, though.
Yeah, it's great. I love when you see some cleats and you're like, how is there even spiky things sticking out of the bottom? It looks like a regular old pair of shoes.
Looks like a regular old pair of shoes.
But yeah,
Manny Machado's a beast, by the way. He hit another dinger last night. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll kick it.
We'll be back in a
quick
couple
break.
minutes.
QB. That stands for quick break.
Hey.
And it was easier to say. No, it wasn't. All right, we'll be right back. Bye. There's the shoes. And now we'll be right back. Fellas, we're back.
Fellas. I want to briefly, and I know it's been beaten up in the press and everything, but I do want to talk about the Ben Simmons thing real quick because after the initial interview of Doc Rivers not sounding high on Ben Simmons, which we now know was taken a little bit out of context because it was a very leading question that he kind of answered. I don't know. And then they cut out a piece of it
to make the headline. Doc Rivers says he cannot win a championship with Ben Simmons when the actual
come on.
And also keep in mind that the question was specifically at point guard, which at this point I'm also starting to believe maybe his role shouldn't be at the point forward thing anymore. Maybe not that anymore.
I don't know. I mean, you can't not make buckets and be a point guard. It just
exactly.
You can make a small amount of buckets. You can get 10 to 15 points.
Is a center. That's the biggest problem. You need to be a shooter when you're bringing the ball up.
I agree. You need spacing. Anyways, yesterday, to kind of backtrack, I guess, a little bit on his comments or just whatever he's saying, Doc Rivers said, "I know how to fix Ben Simmons. We're going to work on it this summer. He's willing to work." He goes, "We can turn Ben Simmons around." He goes, I noticed. He goes, in the 1 year I've been here, I think we were able to address some things this year that I thought might be true. And he goes, and it definitely proved my point right. He goes, it starts at the free throw line. So apparently he knows how to address his free throw shooting. And once he can address that, apparently he thinks he can turn around Ben Simmons' offense a little bit, which, hey, seems like people have been trying for the past couple of seasons because it seems like every single time they go into the offseason, the focal point is Ben Simmons is going to get better at the offense this year. And it seems like every year he comes back, he's gotten worse kind of thing. So clearly there's a disconnect in his training or something like that because there's no way this man should be – like I watched him pass wide open dunks basically.
Yes. No. Straight up.
Like you could tell all confidence was just gone.
One foul shot instead.
Yeah. You can tell all confidence is gone. And I don't know if the guy could ever be a good offensive player, but if Doc Rivers says he can fix him, then maybe he can.
First of all, let's keep in mind, dude is 24.
Yes, very young. Very,
dude
very,
is
very,
24.
very, very
That's
young.
the first thing. Second thing, I saw that he won't be playing for Australia in the Olympics.
Oh, he's gonna be addressing his
purely just to go into the right kind of work and.
Yeah, he's gonna spend his summer training and stuff like that. He would rather not be playing for the national team. Which, by the way, our national team looks sick.
Oh, it's so fun. I was talking
Apparently,
about that yesterday.
Donovan Mitchell said no, and someone else said no. However,
Brown
Harden said
no.
yes. Harden said yes yesterday. Bam
KD
said yes yesterday. KD's in.
Said yes 2 days ago.
Nice. Yeah, our national team is
had
looking sick.
Who was already on it?
Hang on, let me look it up. Let me look up the USA.
Oh, Draymond and
Draymond loves playing for the national team.
Yeah, he's definitely he's definitely that kind of guy. Like he just loves being out there with some
Durant,
ball.
Harden. So it's Dame.
Oh, Dame. That's what I was trying to think of. The
Dame, D-Book, Harden, Bradley Beal, Jason Tatum, KD, Draymond, and Bam are so far the ones who said yes.
Now I just see
the ones who said no is Curry, Mitchell, Butler, LeBron, and AD. Pansies.
Now, the Olympics do start in July.
Relatively soon? Is it July?
July 23rd.
Okay.
I don't know when the actual. Well, they have to, and I'm assuming there's also going to be some kind of quarantine / get here a week before.
Yeah, I believe so.
Thing. I don't know if if let's say like the Suns go to the finals. I don't know if maybe D-Book can't do it or something, but
that would be interesting.
Something like that. Because I was thinking that last year. I was like, because I was going down the list of who was on the preliminary roster, because basically everyone has to come from that preliminary.
Yeah.
I think it was like 40, 50 guys. I was thinking like, all right, a lot of these guys are still in the playoffs. Who's gonna actually play?
Yeah, because D-Book is the only one on that list that would have to miss, right?
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah,
because I was a bit confused because something I was looking at the other day, I was trying to figure. It's initially didn't mention that Booker confirmed it, but then at the like later in it, it said like, oh, and D-Book's going to do it, and I'm like,
he must be kind of like on the fence.
yeah,
Because if they go to the NBA Finals, he's not gonna go there.
yeah, because that would be game
But that's
one
pretty
of
interesting.
the Eastern Conference Finals starts Wednesday.
Yeah.
So every other day, and if it goes to Game 7, that's 2 weeks from now, right? Or like a week and a half from now, and then
NBA Finals is like a week off, right? They take like a week before the NBA Finals starts.
Sometime, and then
yeah.
So
no, it would definitely overlap. Also, Team USA is going to be sick, and now that Ben Simmons isn't playing for Australia, who I believe were one of the favorites to win bronze or silver, I think we kind of have like a pretty clear path to gold. I would say. I think Australia was third favorite. I forget who's second. It's got to be Spain or Serbia. Depending on who's on the Serbia team.
Right.
And if someone
I'm
opted
looking
in.
up some
Power rankings.
Some men, just all the different men's team rosters.
Because Australia should be pretty good. Because that's Delavindova, would be Ben. Who else is from us? There's quite a few from Australia. And then I know Serbia should have a pretty good team because that's is Luka Serbia?
Luka is
Luka Doncic nationality. I just looked this up too.
No, it's an S and it's something
Slovenian.
else.
Slovenian. Damn it, it's always Slovenian. Because Jokic is Serbian. Someone else is Serbian too. Serbia basketball. Because I feel like Serbia always has a really good team. Oh yeah, it's Jokic, Bogdanovic, Boban, Bobby. It looks like that's pretty much it.
I love you, Bobby.
That's 3 solid players.
Bring Bobby back. He's the most efficient NBA player of all time.
Yeah, proven.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Statistically, yeah. If the dude could stay on the court any longer than he can currently, he would be like.
Oh, Australia's team is sick too. Patty Mills.
That's gotta be
Delavindova, Jingles, Chris Goulding, Aaron Baines. Yeah, it kind of goes down from there, but Jingles and Patty Mills and Delavindova. That's pretty cool. And if they had Ben in there too, I mean, not that he's gonna score, but would be pretty cool.
What am I even trying to? What's the NBA? It is not easy. Every article is about the U.S. roster. I'm like, that's the one I'm.
I know. I want to find out the other ones. Best Olympic. Hey, so how does betting work in the Olympics? Do you know? Because this will be my first bet Olympics that I'm betting on. Are you allowed to bet on the Olympics? I'm pretty sure you are. You have to be, right?
I mean, I don't know for sure, but I don't know that you're not allowed to. So
you've got to be able to.
I don't know.
Damn, are we gonna have to do some like hardcore Olympic research in the next month here?
Yeah, yeah. Sounds like it might be what we're gonna have to do. I'm surprised they haven't been.
Yeah, DraftKings has got DraftKings is all about it. Summer games, sports bettors can wager on Olympic moneyline bets, point bet spreads, total bets, future bets, prop bets, parlays, and live bets. So yeah, you can absolutely bet on the Olympics, which is going to be sweet because I feel like you could get some huge underdogs in the Olympics. Like crazy stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Some person from like, I don't know, Latvia or something that's just like a crazy good swimmer. There's always something. give me Simone Biles in every single category ever. She's probably like minus 4,000 to win her events. She has to be. Simone Biles odds to win Olympics. I don't even know how to phrase it. Let me see this. Oh, cool. So you can bet on the most gold medals. You can bet on the total amount of medals.
Those kind of props and stuff.
USA is minus 1,200. China is second at plus 600 for most gold medals. USA is number one for total medals at minus 1,000. China's second with plus 450. Women's gymnastic odds, men's gymnastic odds. Oh, it's not even giving me actual odds. All right, so Olympics is gonna be very fun to be betting on. I think we're having a great time. I think we're gonna do well too.
It looks like the next best national team in basketball, currently ranked second in FIBA, is Spain. They also took the bronze in 2016. They have
That's Rubio, right? Little Ricky.
Rubio, Marc Gasol, Nikola, Serge Ibaka. Any other names? Paul Gasol. That's all the names. At least the NBA names.
That's a pretty good team, though.
Yeah, those are good, and there's a lot of players. After that, it looks like Australia, which you talked about already. Argentina.
That's right. Who do they have? They have. Oh God, who's from Argentina? They have some good players too. I remember watching them. That's Argentina basketball.
They have.
Who do they got?
Yo, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I know any of these names. Agustin Cafaro, Pedro.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Luciano Gonzalez, Maximo Fijarup, Fabian Ramirez, Salem Safar, Jose Villadoza.
Didn't Argentina used to be good?
I
feel like they made like a run.
They're third in FIBA.
Really?
Yeah. Or
damn, they must
fourth. Sorry,
playing together.
They won a gold medal in Pan American. Let's see some Olympic stuff. They won the bronze in 2008. They won the gold medal in the Olympics in 2004.
Wow. Alrighty then. Yeah, Olympics should be very exciting, very much fun to bet on. I'm gonna have to do some serious research to find out, what we're doing and stuff. Give me the USA spread every single game they play, pretty much. I'm sure they're gonna be favored by like 30 points at times, maybe even more. And I know the women's basketball team is going to absolutely light it up too. They just announced their team a couple days ago.
Yeah, just to round out the top 5 national teams we're looking at. And then there's Serbia.
Serbia is there.
With Jokic and Bogdanovic.
Yeah, and Bobby.
Yep. Bobby.
Well, it's almost 11 o'clock, and boy, am I ready to bet today, because it's been a couple days since I've been in Philly, and I'm allowed to bet, actually. So I am excited. And we have 3 WNBA games tonight.
Oh, baby.
I'm ready to go.
Let's get it.
Take a 4 or 5 minute break. Get back here at 11:05 for bets. We're going to go quick. It's going to be fast. Lock the fuck in, fellas.
Snappy, quick.
Lock the fuck in. It's time to win some money tonight. See you on the other side.
And we right back. Hey, fellas.
Hey, fellas. You know what time it is.
Hey.
You know what time it is.
I do.
Do you know what time it is?
It's 11:06 a.m. Eastern.
Isn't it
time
to bet?
Oh, right. That's right. Isn't it
That's
actually
right.
called Eastern Standard Time anymore or something? Did
I
they
don't
change
know.
like the time zone names? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. I've been in Mountain Time for 2 days. I've been in Central Time for 2 days. I'm just glad to have,
Bro.
you know, a little
Mountain
consistency
Time's
in my
different, man.
Mountain Time's different, man. It doesn't get dark until like 10:30 over there. That's crazy.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, it was literally 10:15 and me and my dad are walking out of the bar on Father's Day and it's still like light out. What the hell?
That would be disorienting.
Weird.
I would be
That,
confused.
I'll tell you what, most times when I fly back home, it's just the hour. But when I went to Mountain Time, that really screwed me up, not gonna lie. But it's time for bets. We're gonna start with the NHL as we always do. We got the Vegas Golden Knights going against the Habs. Series tied 2-2 in Vegas tonight. Vegas getting an astounding -245 despite the series being tied, despite the Canadiens winning a game in Vegas already. Canadians are sitting at a hefty +206. Looks like 41% of tickets are on the Canadians, but 13% of money are on the Canadians. So Vegas getting pretty well stacked on tonight. I'm going to say something I normally don't say. I don't know what the fuck to do in the Stanley Cup semifinals. I'm not going to lie. I cannot get a read on any of these teams. Fucking Lightning just won 8-0 last night out of nowhere. It's just,
yeah, what was that?
These playoffs are just not very fun right now. And then you get Canadians at +1.5 is at -140. That's just a dog shit line too.
Yeah.
I'm just done acting like I know what the series is gonna do. Looks like the spread -1.5 for Vegas Golden Knights is getting 94% of tickets and 92% of money. I'm about ready to just go back to the old system of fade the public, and which would be the Canadians tonight at +206. Maybe worth a sprinkle, maybe like a half a unit.
I mean, you
I
can't
don't know.
take the Golden Knights straight up, and hockey
can't.
spreads are just terrifying because of
They're
just
terrifying.
the nature of the end of these games, man. You
You really don't.
never know what's gonna get covered or not. The only thing you could take Golden Knights is probably regulation, and even that's gonna be like minus.
Well, minus
one.
-1.5 is +123. So regulation's probably -120. I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know
It's
how
like, I
they're
don't
coming
wanna
up
take
with these.
regulation of minus either. You know, I don't.
Yeah.
None of that for me.
No.
I don't want that.
Both these series are damn near impossible to cap right now. Because there's just no consistency. Both teams playing out of their damn mind. Canadians shouldn't be here yet. VGK should not be tied with them, but they are. On the other side, the Lightning shouldn't be able to beat the Islanders by 8, but they did. And then the Islanders shouldn't be able to win in Tampa, but they have. And man, I'm just fuck it. Flip a coin, throw a dart. Probably have a better sense. It's series tied 2-2. I would think that VGK goes home and probably demolishes the Canadians like the Tampa Bay Lightning just did to the Islanders, if last night says anything. However, man, the Canadians are playing tough. They're playing mean. And I haven't watched Canadians a ton because I kind of just gave up on the North Division early on because I was like, this division is just dog shit. They're going to get fucking slammed, which we've been saying the whole time, and they keep winning, and I haven't watched them a bunch. But, man, I've watched 2 games now of the VGK Canadian series because I was in the middle of nowhere for 3 of them or 2 of them. And I can honestly say the only reason the Canadians are still here is because they are just meaner and tougher than every other team. I thought that the Boston Bruins and the East were mean and tough, but holy shit. Corey Perry literally gets demolished in the face. He's bleeding everywhere. And then goes out there again, just puts a stitch on it and goes and starts just running into people again. That guy is an animal and a psychopath, I might add. But it seems like their whole team's like that. They just run full speed at people or skate full speed at people, hit them as hard as they can, lay their face on the line every time there's a shot. It's absolutely insane how tough these guys are playing. And you just can't beat a team like that. It's very, very hard to beat a team like that. They will stick around in games and then they'll poke in a few, and that's how they've been winning. And I think they could do it again. Yeah, you either take VGK -1.5 or you take Canadians. And honestly, flip a damn coin at this point, because I'm going to lean Vegas, but with the public stacked on them, I'm like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to lay that line. And -240 is just fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, at the end of the day, -240, the series is tied.
Yeah, like that's just a ridiculous line. That's just a line that they're sitting on because they're like, we don't know what's going to happen, but we know that Vegas is better, so we're just going to juice the fuck up and hope the Canadians don't win.
Yeah.
It's basically where they're at. But let's move on to the NBA. Enough of the NHL and how unpredictable it is. Suns at home. We're in game 2, right? I missed game 1. I was gone for game 1. Yeah. Suns Clippers.
Yeah.
Suns Clippers game 2. Suns took the first one without Chris Paul. Clippers still without Kawhi. Suns are getting -5 tonight. Clippers +5. It looks like 55% of tickets are on the Suns, but 55% of money on the Clippers. So we are very even tonight. The money line is slightly stacked on the Suns, which makes sense because they're sitting at what, -200, -200. Man, what do you think about this one? Because I'm
Suns
also kind of
-5.
stuck. Yeah.
Yeah, I think at this point, they took the first one. They're still in Phoenix. D-Book's still the best player in the court at this moment. You lose both of your two-star players, one for each team, but D-Book's still going to be your guy.
And is Marcus Morris out tonight? Because I saw some very questionable signs on him playing tonight. So that is another question that needs to be answered. Never mind, he's not on the... Hang on.
The status uncertain.
Is it uncertain?
That was last night, though. So.
I don't see him on ESPN's injury report, so he must be playing. Unless ESPN just wants to be dickheads. Let me check CBS.
They certainly might.
Quick. Let me check CBS real quick, because they're sometimes better. No, I don't see him on either injury report, so he must be fine. But still, Kawhi's not in. I don't know. I'm torn on this one. I would be I also side with Suns -5. I just don't. The Clippers keep fucking pissing me off when I bet against them, so I'm getting real nervous about betting against the Clippers at this point. I have definitely not given them enough credit as they clearly deserve. I don't think probably anyone really has, unless you're just been riding the Clippers the whole time. But yeah, I would think that the Suns can win by 5 here, especially with them not getting stacked on.
Over's already over 224 is pretty nice too. I don't dislike that. I think.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have Kawhi.
You don't have Chris Paul
as a lockdown. You don't have Chris Paul to lock down, and you're left with scorers. Like last one hit 234. I think these guys are gonna go at it. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game.
Well, the over's only getting 16% of money. So.
Really?
Yep. Under's got 40% of tickets, but 84% of money. So whoever's taking the over is stacking on it. People who are taking the over is betting big on it. So they think it's going to go the other way, I guess. Interesting. I'm probably going to... Do you? No. I might stay away from that just because... Yeah, I'm telling you, these NBA... Ever since the second round of NHL and the second round of NBA, this has just gotten very, very difficult. Very difficult, very hard to tell. Seems like anything can happen in any game. I mean, I didn't have 3 days of service where I couldn't check scores. And I landed, and Milwaukee takes out Boston. I had to go check the scores back to see that the Nets are no longer in the playoffs. I land, Canadians are up 2-1 on Vegas. What the hell? Islanders in Tampa are tied 2-2. And then I get home that day, and the Sixers lose to the Hawks. And I'm like, what in the fuck is going on? Oh, and I looked and the Clippers beat the Jazz. And I'm like, what a weekend for sports, first of all. That literally nothing that anyone thought was going to happen happened.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
like every
dude,
single
the
team got
Nets,
upset.
The Jazz and
And the Sixers.
Sixers are all eliminated. They're
That's
not
like the
even in
top three.
conference finals.
That was like
Yes.
the top three favorites right there, besides the Suns.
Yeah, both 1 seeds and the other 2 seed. Like, and I don't even know what to say. I'm
so,
words.
by the way, everyone is saying that Milwaukee's going to sweep the Hawks. Am I the only one who thinks the Hawks win?
No, you're not, dude.
Five or six.
I got into this argument last night, bro. Because at the
Hawks
end of
win
the
in
day,
5 or 6.
The Bucks won that purely because of injuries to the Nets. They did not deserve that. They barely beat that. They played bad basketball.
I agree.
The Bucks were
and
playing
they played bad against
basketball.
the Heat. They played bad against the Heat. The Heat just played worse.
It
seems like every team they play against, the team has just played worse.
They've had
and maybe that's
path, and they're a worse team. Even when the Sixers are playing bad and blowing leads, they're still a worse team than the Sixers. And the Hawks beat the Sixers.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think the Hawks go to the finals. I don't think they can beat who at this point, I'm assuming the Suns. I'm gonna say Suns but I don't think they beat the Suns. I don't think they can win the finals. I don't think they can beat either of those teams from the West.
But, I mean, Atlanta made the Knicks look like dumbasses.
Right.
And
the Knicks looked like a better team than the Heat still.
Yeah. The Knicks literally looked like dumbasses. The Hawks somehow got back 2 20-point leads against the Sixers and ended up beating them. Like,
and
I'm pretty much on the bandwagon of there's not much that can stop this team at this point. Like, they have I don't know.
Like I said, game 1 when they against the Sixers, they had that crazy shooting night, and I said, I'm okay losing a game like this. It's fine. It's not sustainable. So, and then when Trey hits 4 threes and is like shooting 20% from the 3-point line, and they still win, and Kevin Herter comes out, or the one comeback was completely started by Lou Will, just like 9 straight. Or John Collins posterizing.
Feels like the Heat of last year. Feels like the Heat of last year.
A little bit,
does.
yeah.
I don't know if they're good enough to win the finals, but it feels like the Heat of last year. They're just playing well together. And you definitely said it. The fact that Trae Young in Game 7 had a shit game, and they still held their own, still did everything that they did, and then down the stretch, Trae Young hits 2 or 3 clutch shots. It's like, yeah. If that's all you need from him and you're still winning games,
exactly.
If
you can keep him in it until the end and then he can still hit the shots, then that's
exactly.
Yeah,
I don't know much more you could ask for at that point.
I think they're legit. I really do.
Yep, I think Hawks have a very good chance of going to the finals. But tonight, I think we lean Suns -5. I think without Kawhi, and every single game that Kawhi has been gone, the Clippers have stayed in it. They haven't gotten blown out, and I feel like that one game is just coming. It has to come. There's no way you can keep playing at the level you're playing at without Kawhi. It's just a matter of time before you have an off game where, everything's not clicking chemistry-wise, and you just get blown the fuck out. And, man, Game 2 against the Suns, when Kawhi's still gone, Marcus Morris might be not 100%, sounds like. I don't know. I think this could be the one that the Clippers get blown out of.
Yeah, I mean, the last game that they got... I think... Wait, have they won... One... Yeah, I mean, they've won every game since Kawhi's been out.
That's so absurd. No, they lost the last game, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, but they won every game against the Jazz.
Yep.
Since Kawhi's out, and that last one was close.
I don't know. Doesn't make sense, but oh well. But I would think that their blow-up game has got to come eventually. You can't just play at that level without Kawhi every single time. And maybe I'm wrong, but, man, you'd think that one of these games they're going to get caught.
You can't play at that level with Kawhi every, it's hard
exactly.
to sweep a conference finals, and, it's, but maybe, I don't think the Suns will do it either.
There's one team that's been impressing me, and that I've definitely underestimated. It's been the Clippers the whole time. So who knows? All right,
I think-
on to baseball.
I don't know. I
Wait.
think I take the Clippers when they go back to LA. Maybe that would be the time I take it. I don't think tonight,
Especially if
though.
Kawhi comes back.
Mhm.
Sounds like he's gonna be back the next game. So, let's go MLB. First game of the day. We've got Reds and Twins. We hit that nice little Reds team total over yesterday. In extra innings, got a little close for us, but hey, we got it. It's all good. At home, we have the Twins. Very close. At home, we get the Twins -20. They win yesterday against the Reds 7-5 in the 11th. The Reds are at +104. Looks like Reds getting 60% of tickets, 58% of money, despite being the away dogs. The free pick on covers has Minnesota to win by Power Sports. They actually give explanations, so it's not just the spread knowledge shit. Pitchers tonight, we have Miley versus Ober. Miley's on the mound for Cincinnati, 6-4 with a 2.88 ERA with a 1.09 WHIP. And then we have Ober on the other side, who is 0-0 because he doesn't pitch very much. He doesn't pitch a lot of innings, I should say. He's got a 3.71 ERA with a 1.18 WHIP. So WHIPs are kind of similar, but Miley's got the beat on him on ERA. I just want to see how they do home versus away. Looks like Wade Miley is a little bit worse on away, which can be expected, but playing very well in his last three with a 1.89 ERA and a 1.00 WHIP. Let's see. Ober actually struggles at home, but decent in his last three. But his WHIP just jacks way up at home to a 1.56, which is not good at all. I'm just going to stay away from this game because it is the early game and it is the Twins. Both ways I'm not very good at betting on because I normally miss the early games and I normally miss whenever there's a Twins game. However, if I had to pick one, I'm also on Minnesota today. Both bullpens not great. However, Cincinnati does have the worst bullpen. Twins have probably just about the bottom 10. However, the Reds, since that game went to 11 innings yesterday, that bullpen's been used up and everything like that. And the Reds having such an awful bullpen to begin with, I would think that as soon as that starting pitcher is done today, they are going to get absolutely crushed. Could be wrong, but I want to stay away. Maybe a Twins team total over if you want to bet early on this game. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure if there's really any value in that, but it's worth looking at because I think that Cincinnati Reds bullpen just gets absolutely crushed today. Going 11, and I think the Twins bullpen might get crushed too because they don't have going 11 innings like that. It's just the next game is definitely going to open up. So that's at 1:10, and then the next game's not until 7:05 tonight. We've got a bunch at 7:05 though. Let's go. Which is the first one? Astros Orioles. Let's go that one first. Astros on the road getting -190. Orioles at home getting +160. 89% of tickets on Astros, 80% of money on Astros. So we're definitely getting stacked on there. But it's for good reason because Greinke's pitching and Jorge Lopez is pitching. Greinke is 7-2 with a 3.74 ERA, which is kind of high for one of your better pitchers, but he's got a 1.14 WHIP, which is pretty solid. Jorge Lopez, on the other hand, is 2-8 with a 5.95 ERA with a 1.5 WHIP. Not a very good pitcher. Definitely struggles a bit. Jorge Lopez, better at home, but in his last three is up to an 8.36 ERA with a 1.71 WHIP. Not been playing well. Greinke also not played well in his last three with a 4.0 and a 1.19 WHIP. However, he plays very well on the road with a 2.2. Yeah, I don't know much more I have to say to this. Probably put Houston in some kind of parlay.
Yeah,
or take their team,
like the only
or
thing I
take
do
their
with it.
team total over. But I have a feeling that team total over is probably sitting at 4.5 at -150, which is just not. I really don't like putting team total overs over 5.5. I think that's just a little bit too much. 5 is already tough enough, and I just feel like 6 is just not worth the juice most times. I think we just take Houston to win here, honestly. Better starting pitcher, better bullpen, better offense, a much better offense, I might add. They fucking trashed them yesterday, and I think they probably do the same today. Yeah, not much more to that.
The
Let's see.
team total over, just so you know, it's over 5.5 minus 106.
Oof, that is just not worth it. Don't like that at all. Sorry, I was getting a weird message. Let's see. Oh, 7:05. We got White Sox and Pirates, and I did look at this game before, and White Sox against the lefty.
Woo! It's
Skaboof!
about dang time.
The balls will be blistered.
Goodness.
The laces will be coming off of the balls today, and the balls will be going out of the park for the White Sox today on the road.
Let's go. That's
Hold on. They are on the road getting minus.
Let's just hype for a second.
Just hype it up. Yeah.
Lefty.
While we hype it, yeah. While we hype it up. But White Sox on the road getting minus 162. Pirates at home getting plus 135. White Sox getting 91% of tickets, 94% of money, and we know why. It's because
Lefty.
Tyler Anderson is on the mound for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He has a 4.89 ERA with a 1.26 WHIP. Giolito is pitching for the White Sox. Not a great pitcher himself, 3.86 ERA with a 1.1 WHIP, but definitely better than Pittsburgh. Chicago White Sox are only 16-17 on the road, despite being 27-12 at home, so they definitely struggle on the road. But this is just a better team, and it's a lefty. It's a lefty on the mound, which is a big deal for the Chicago White Sox.
It's about time.
The pitchers are relatively similar on the road and at home. Looks like the last three, Anderson struggled a little bit. Looks like Giolito has struggled a little bit in the last three, but Giolito definitely the better pitcher. Pirates bullpen definitely worse than Chicago. I think this is a good spot for Chicago. I do. I do not like that the public is completely stacked on them. So we might have to be careful with that one. Might have to do a little bit more research before we pull the trigger on it. However, White Sox against lefties, pretty much a done deal. And especially at minus 162, that's not bad. I do like that juice. Probably put them in some kind of parlay of some kind. Don't take it straight at minus 162. Maybe team total over. I'm sure it's pretty juiced up, but yeah. While you figure that out, we have another 8:05 game. Chicago Cubs getting minus 200 at home against Cleveland Indians. Guess who picked the Indians to win yesterday, and guess who won that bet? We did.
Hey.
At plus money, big plus money too. Away team is Cleveland Indians getting plus 170 once again. It looks like 52%. Oh, this is interesting. 52% of tickets are on the away
Dang, bro.
dog.
We went straight to 8:05. I was looking for the game.
Oh, shit. I forgot we were on 7:05. Well, we went a little bit out of order, but we're
That's
on this game now.
Found it.
This is, completely out of order. Sorry. Cubs. So Indians getting 52% of tickets, but the Cubs are getting 88% of money. So very interesting. That could be the fact that people are putting Cleveland in long shot parlays. It's kind of the only way I see that, or just sprinkling on them to win. And people who have the Cubs to win are stacking on them a bit.
Hey, the White Sox team total is actually, it's not bad. Over 4.5 plus 102.
Well, that's an interesting one. Now, the White Sox bats have not been overly impressive lately, but it is the Pittsburgh Pirates. And I would think against a lefty, against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Come on now.
They're going to do it.
If they're going to do it, if they have someone to do it against, it's probably going to be them. Yes. Sorry, what game was that? Oh, yeah, I got to scroll all the way down because looks like, that's why. Cleveland. Morgan is pitching. He's 0-1 with a 12.79 ERA with a 2.37 WHIP. Yikes. He's only going to be pitching for 3 innings. And on the other side, we have Hendricks with a 4.13 ERA with a 1.3 WHIP. However, Hendricks is kind of a baller. His last 3, he's a 2.45 ERA. He does pretty well at home. His WHIP is under 1 in his last 3. And Eli Morgan has basically only pitched about 3 games this season with a 12.79 ERA. 18.47 hits. Oh my God. This man is going to get crushed. Hang on, I'll be right back. Let me know what the Cubs team total over is. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Cubs team total over, because I don't think the money line is worth at -200. I don't think so. Maybe put in a parlay with the Astros, but let me know what the team total over is.
Well, it looks like it's over 4.5 -129. That's not too bad a juice. It's better than the -200. But you know your boy likes the innings. I'm gonna look real quick. Juiced.
Well, that's a little juice. I don't know if I like that completely. However, with a guy starting pitching with a 12.79 ERA, who's only going for 3 innings. Now,
Ooh, what about a total run first 3?
ooh. Well, what's the Cubs like first 3 or first maybe even first inning money line? Nothing. Not good.
Not worth. Maybe
Not worth
for
it.
I will here. Wait, this total runs first 3 is over 2.5 -127.
Maybe. Maybe.
And then the inning winner. If you do the inning winner 3-way, it's +205 for the first. Cubs to score in the first is even at -186.
Jeez.
Uh,
What's yes run first inning? That's got to be super juiced, right?
yeah, I mean, just for the Cubs to score is -186. So I'd
So, yeah.
imagine it's probably a lot.
Probably a pretty good. Yeah. Okay. So that's probably a stay away game. I would take the Cubs if you go anywhere, but it's -200. I do like that they're not getting stacked on with the tickets. The money is a little nerve wracking, but I think it's all right.
You got it. -200 though.
Yeah, 705, 705, 705. There we go. We got Phillies and Nationals. Phillies getting -122 on the Nationals. Phillies are at home. Nationals getting +106 on the road. Looks like tickets are split 50-50. I'm sure money is a little bit stacked on the Phillies, though, because, yes, Zach Wheeler is pitching. And Washington's starter is to be determined, but I'm guessing it's going to be Scherzer, considering the line is where it's at, because Zach Wheeler is their ace. He's 2.15 ERA with a .93 WHIP. The under/over is also set at 6.5, so Scherzer is definitely pitching tonight. Hey, Phillies are a very good team at home. They're 21-12, despite their record on the road being 13-23. Wheeler is a very good pitcher. He's the one who beat the Dodgers the other day. He plays even better at home. I'm almost positive. Hang on, let me double check that. Wait, why didn't it show him? That's weird. All right, won't show me because the line's not out for the game, or the line's not out on covers because they're being rude. But I would think that the Phillies could win this game. It should be a low-scoring game with Scherzer on the mound as well, but I would lean Phillies in this one. Don't really want to put money on it without knowing who the starting pitcher is, and then I don't really enjoy betting against Max Scherzer. But Phillies at home, very good team. 7:05, the last 7:05 game, we have the Yankees getting absolutely juiced out of their fucking mind at -275 at home, going against his Kansas City Royals at +220. Where'd that game just go? It just disappeared on me. Come back. There it is. Yankees getting, despite being -275, 85% of tickets, 94% of money. Wow. Garrett Cole is on the mound for the Yankees. Brady Singer's on the mound for Kansas City. Garrett Cole is a 2.31 ERA with a .85 WHIP. That's hella impressive for the WHIP. Singer, on the other hand, is a 4.76 ERA with a 1.43 WHIP, so not great. Yankees, I didn't realize this. Yankees offense per runs of 9 innings is 27th in the league right now. That is crazy. There's got to be some kind of record that their hitting hasn't been that bad in I don't know how long. Looking at these pitchers, it looks like Brady Singer struggles a little bit on the road, but has been decent in his last 3. Wow. Garrett Cole's great at home, but also struggled in his last 3 because no more sticky fingers there, Garrett. Mr. Cheating Garrett.
Ooh,
Mr.
sticky
I
boy.
Mr. I love the sticky fingers, Garrett Cole.
He does love it.
I'm honestly not going to bet on the Yankees just because of the fact that Garrett Cole is on the mound. I have not been impressed with him ever since the sticky stuff came out. I'm not impressed with the Yankees in general. This is the Kansas City Royals. The Kansas City Royals are terrible, but with everyone stacked on the Yankees, and I say this all the time, if you see the Yankees getting stacked on with 94% of money, like they are, it's not worth betting them. People are just betting them because of their name, and they put them in fucking parlays. And not at minus 275.
You can't bet on anything at minus 275.
No. Their minus 1.5 is minus 130 and getting 99% of money on it. So absolutely do not bet on the Yankees today. It's not worth it. Even if they win 12-0, it's still not worth that bet. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Damn it. My laptop is going to die. Even though it's plugged in. We have Cardinals Tigers at 710. Tigers at home getting minus 108. Cardinals on the road getting minus 110, slightly favored. 60% of tickets on Cardinals, 61% of money on Cardinals. Let's see who's pitching today. Who we got pitching today? Tariq Skubal is going against Johan Oviedo. Johan, not Johan. Both pitchers pretty similar on ERA and WHIP, both coming with like a 4.4 to a 4.6 ERA, both coming in with a 1.4 WHIP. So not great pitchers. Both teams been really struggling. St. Louis is 17-21 on the road. Detroit's 15-19 at home. I'm going to see how their pitchers do on the home and away. So Oviedo is a terrible pitcher on the road with a 7.59 ERA and a 2.25 WHIP. Tariq Skubal, on the other hand, is decent at home compared to how he normally is. Still not a great pitcher. I got to check these guys' bullpens because I normally don't see these two teams because I normally just fade one or the other.
Yeah.
Detroit has the fourth worst bullpen at a 5.19 ERA. Puts quite a bit of people on base through walks. Decent in home runs. And St. Louis, not a much better bullpen, but definitely better. They put a ton of people on base through walks, but they do not give up any home runs, which is really interesting, actually. I don't know if I have a play for this one. Both pretty bad teams. I would think the Cardinals could win this. However, it's the Cardinals. They're not. They're only 500 this season. Actually, yeah, give me the Cardinals on this one. I think that's a really good value play, I believe, at minus 110 for the Cardinals. I kind of like it. I don't mind it. Yeah. Let's go to what is the next one?
I just want to see.
Braves Mets.
Yep, that's another 7-10.
I looked at this game earlier. I think it's a stay away. I didn't like anything on it. The Mets bats don't work very well, even though despite they have a better pitcher on the mound this time. I'm just staying away from this game. Already looked at it. It's not worth betting on. They had a doubleheader yesterday. Degrom was on the mound. They won 4-2, and then the second game, the Braves won 1-0. It's just, I would say Mets team total over because the Braves just don't have a good bullpen. Their starting pitcher is nothing overly impressive. I'm sure the team total is probably at like 3.5, maybe 4.5 for plus odds, but their bats are just not fucking working. They have the 29th ranked offense. It's just not working. And I don't like it. Yeah, their last games, they've scored 0 runs, 4 runs, 2 runs, 2 runs, 5 runs, 0 runs, 0 runs, 6 runs, 3 runs, 5 runs. So just not impressive at all. The bats don't work. What else? Red Sox, Rays. I am putting the Rays to win this one. I checked on this one earlier. They're getting 80% of tickets, 77% of money. Rays minus 125 at home against the Red Sox, plus 112 on the road. Pitchers. Now, I remember seeing something in this one that I really liked attacking. As soon as I find where the actual game is. Hello? Oh, there we go. It looks like Cover's free pick is on the over 8. which is actually not a bad idea. Starting pitchers, we have Kittredge, who is a 1.34 ERA with a .83 whip. He is a baller. Rodriguez, on the other hand, is a 6.21 ERA with a 1.47 whip. Now, the interesting part is Kittredge is only going to go for an inning. He's only a first inning pitcher. Rodriguez is a 5-inning pitcher. So this could get a little messy in the Tampa Bay Rays bullpen. However, they do have a good bullpen, but for 8 innings, how great of a bullpen can they have? Right. Is my question. Boston's got a top 10 bullpen as well. I do like the Rays to win this. I love seeing the Rays at only -125. Very good team. I need to check their last. However, I will say that they have lost 6 in a row, the Tampa Bay Rays. 4 in Seattle and 2 against Chicago. Interesting. Might be a stay away, actually. This could be a stay away. Let's see their runs over this amount of time. Yeah, 2 runs, 5 runs, 1, 5, 7. So it's not the fact that they're not batting well. It's just the fact that they've given up 6, 6, 5, 6, 8, and 3 in their last 6. So definitely not on a heater by any means. Definitely struggling. I don't want to stay away from the Rays. I really don't. What's the Rays team total over?
Let's see. Rays TT. Oh, that's gonna be over 3.5 -130.
It's actually not bad. Not bad at all.
No,
their bats have not been working, but this pitcher, the starting pitcher for Boston, is not good.
3.5 is not a lot.
No, not a lot.
That's the lowest you're probably gonna see for a TTO, and the odds aren't a little juicy, but
yeah. Moving on. I think I like the Rays to win that one. Maybe their team total over. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more into that one. Let's see. The next game's at 8:05. Oh, I already covered that one. 8:05. And then the next game's at 9:38. Yeah, 9:38. Giants and Angels. Giants on the road, getting the underdog. Don't know why, because the Giants are a better team than them. 70% of tickets on the Giants, 85% of the money. I am taking the Giants here.
Yeah.
I like betting on the Giants. I think they're a very good team. Covers has the Angels to win due to spread knowledge, which is beautiful because, let's see, where'd they pull stats from? 2021, 2020, and 2017. That's where they pulled their years from on that spread knowledge. Thanks, Covers. San Francisco's 22-16 on the road. Angels 21-17 at home. Desclafani is pitching for San Francisco. Good pitcher, 3.01 ERA with a 1.03 whip. Heaney is pitching for the Angels with a 4.45 ERA with a 1.23 whip. Let's see here. Desclafani has played very well in his last 3 starts with only a 1.35 ERA and a 0.65 whip. Wow, he's been impressive. Heaney's also been playing very well in his last 3 with a 2.5 ERA and a 1.11 whip. Both pitchers look like they're going to go for 5 innings. I like Giants to win and Giants team total over once they get into that bullpen. I'm hoping it's 4.5 at damn near plus money. It should be. It's probably -120 or some shit. But give me the Giants to win on that one. They're getting stacked on a little bit, but not too bad. What's the Giants team total over for that one?
Let's see. I wish they wouldn't hide it.
I know, right? I hate that they do. It should be 4.5 at like -120, I would think. I read something from Spread Knowledge and have a headache, and I blame you. Yeah, I think I have made the fellas not enjoy Spread Knowledge because of the ridiculous. Here, Jason, this one's for you. This is the Spread Knowledge for this one. You ready for it?
Let's do it.
LA Angels. Now let's remember that Mike Trout's hurt, and they don't have anything in here for when Mike Trout's hurt because I know their record's dog shit when he is hurt. Los Angeles Angels are 33-17-0 as home team on same day of week since 2017, April 25th, with a profit of plus 14 units. I don't even know what that means.
On
same day of week? What the fuck does that mean, spread
Which
knowledge?
day? Which one?
God, I hate you guys. Los Angeles Angels are 19-8-0 as home team after straight up loss since September 17th of 2020 with a profit of plus 11 units. That's one of the better ones, even though it's taken from 7 months ago. But hey, after straight up loss, apparently the Angels are decent. Los Angeles Angels are 9-2 after an under total since. Oh, God. Headaches coming. They have a stat for when they go under, team total under. No, not team total. Game total under. When they go game total under, they're 9-2 since May 16th with profit of plus 8 units. So they're taking half of that is not on them at all. That's a whole nother fucking team that has to score runs to hit the under. And then they make it a stat for them. Oh!
This will make
Please
you feel
don't.
better.
Thank you.
This will make you feel better. The over 4.5 for the Giants is at plus 117.
Oh, hey,
That'll make,
there's a good one.
That'll make things are better now.
Hey, I think the Giants can probably only score like 2 on Heaney, if that, but that bullpen will get wrecked. The Angels bullpen is not good at all. Jason said, "LOL, it's like when I copied a pasted book report when I was in middle school from whatever I could find online." Just a bunch of random shit and jumbled together.
Like
and
on same day of week has to be a mistake.
What is that?
I think it had.
What does that mean?
It had to have supposed to have been like an actual day of the week, because that doesn't mean anything.
Does that just mean on Tuesdays? Like, I don't. Whatever, dude. I just hate that something like that's actually out there, because that means that people out there are actually following that.
Hey, we should be
Like,
thankful, because if other people were better at betting, then it would be harder for us.
True, you're not wrong. What else do we got? 10-10? 2 games at 10-10? 9:40.
A's Rangers.
I did not. No. Oh no, I didn't. I did not do A's Rangers because it's not popping up on mine.
Oh, that's weird.
I also didn't do Blue Jays Marlins, by the way.
Oh,
I missed Blue Jays Marlins. 7-10. Sorry, we're a little out of order. 7-10. We have Marlins Blue Jays. Marlins at home getting minus 122. Blue Jays on the road getting 66% of tickets, 56% of money. See who's pitching real quick. Who's pitching? Sandy Alcantara and Stripling. Alcantara, maybe. 3.09 ERA with a 1.06 whip. Pretty good pitcher. Stripling, on the other hand, is a 4.64 ERA with a 1.31 whip. Not terrible. Not great. I'm better. Blue Jays offense ranked 3rd. Marlins defense ranked 6th. And then Blue Jays defense ranked middle of the pack. Marlins offense ranked towards the back at 23rd. Let's see how the starting pitchers do against. Looks like Stripling struggles a little bit on the road. He's been playing a little bit better in his last 3. Alcantara is a little bit better at home and playing very well in his last 3. I'm going to check the bullpens real quick. I kind of forget how the Miami Marlins bullpen is. Miami actually has a top 10 bullpen at a 3.74 ERA. They give up hardly any walks. They do very well in home runs as well. While the Blue Jays have a slightly less, probably top 15 bullpen, just middle of the packish. Give up a few more walks, few more home runs, few more ERA, few more hits. So give the nod to the Marlins at home. I think they just got a better pitcher, better bullpen at home. I'm leaning on the Marlins on this one. Decent odds too. At minus 122. Maybe that's a two-teamer parlay. You can take them straight as well. I don't think it'll be a high-scoring game in any sense, so no team total over. But yeah, I think I'm signing with the Marlins on that one. And then A's Rangers I missed as well. Rangers at home getting plus 110. A's on the road minus 129. We had Rangers first 3 yesterday. They scored 5 innings in the first. A's tried climbing back, but couldn't do it. We lost that free play on Twitter. I'm sorry. I really thought the Texas Rangers would get up like 1-2-0, and then they'd get in the bullpen and just start wrecking them, but they didn't. 71% of tickets on the Athletics, 68% of money on the Athletics. They must have a better pitcher, that's for sure. Need to find the game. Cole Irvin versus Taylor Hearn. Hearn is a 4-point for the Rangers. Both lefties. Hearn is a 4.84 ERA with a 1.56 whip. Not very good. Irvin, on the other hand, is a 3.89 ERA with a 1.26 whip. He's okay. It's pretty decent. Let's see, home versus away. Irvin is pretty decent on the road. Also been playing better in his last three. His whip has gone up in his last three, despite his ERA going down, which is interesting. Hearn, on the other side, plays a little bit better at home and been playing very well in his last three, but Hearn will only be on the mound for the first inning, and then they're going to get into their bullpen. Give me the Athletics in this one, especially after Texas beat them yesterday. It was really just the first inning that the Rangers beat them in, because for the rest of the game it was 3-3 after that, because they lost 8-3. Give me the Athletics today. Maybe give me their team total. Can you check on that team total over for me?
Yes, sir.
We might be going Athletics team total over today. I think they win. I think they have a good shot at winning this one. However, their starting pitcher is nothing great.
It's at 4.5, minus 129 for the over.
Okay. So their money line and their team total over are the exact same. Yeah. I don't know which one I'd rather side with, honestly. I do think they win. I don't know if they score 5, but I do think they win. Yeah. Give me the A's. Maybe their team total over. Gonna have to do a little bit more research, but that's definitely up there for a play. 9:40. We got 3 games left. 9:40. We got Diamondbacks at home. They pulled off the upset against the Brewers yesterday. Unfortunately, we had Brewers in a parlay. Should have known that line was too good to be true, but we did it anyways. 77% of tickets on the Brewers, 87% of money on the Brewers. It looks like the Diamondbacks plus 125 at home, Brewers minus 148 on the road. Let's see who starting pitchers are. I pretty much don't care who's pitching on this one. I'm going to take the Brewers just because they lost yesterday, and I'm expecting them to sweep the rest of the series. Peralta is pitching for the Milwaukee Brewers. He's a 2.28 ERA with a 0.87 whip. Very good pitcher. Gallen is no slouch himself with a 3.99 ERA with a 1.26 whip. Boy, I would just think that the Brewers, after losing yesterday, would come out today and probably smack them around a little bit. Both pitchers probably going to go 5 innings. Give me Milwaukee to win. Give me their team total over probably as well. Definitely take Milwaukee to win on this one. I will be putting them in a parlay for sure. I like Milwaukee. Good spot.
TTO is 4.5 at plus 107.
Whoa. Interesting. I know the Brewers' bats do not work very well. They definitely struggle. They're 25th ranked offense. But man, with a pitcher, not a great pitcher, going to go 5 innings, and then their bullpen is just dog shit. Milwaukee's bullpen is middle of the packish, but Arizona is the bottom 3, giving up the second most home runs. Not that the Brewers can hit home runs very well, but I still think that they can get them in the bullpen and probably tear them up a little bit. Give me Milwaukee on that one. And hey, that team total over at plus odds is not bad in itself. I get a little nervous because, the bats sometimes just don't work. Sometimes they just, they're not feeling it.
Yeah.
10-10, we got 2 games at 10-10, and then we'll move on to WNBA. Dodgers, Padres, once again. Padres smacked them around last night. Dodgers on the road getting minus 109. Padres at home getting minus 106. Yu Darvish was on the mound last night. So was Arias, 2 of the best pitchers for both teams, and Arias got shelled, absolutely shelled, early on too. Looks like public is favoring the Dodgers today with 65% of tickets, 64% of money. Let's see who's pitching. I'm probably just going to stay away from this game. I don't think it's Blake Snell and Clayton Kershaw. So give me the Dodgers. I think Blake Snell is fucking dog shit. I think he's terrible. I don't think he's a very good pitcher at all. I think he's having an awful season. Clayton Kershaw is on the mound for the Dodgers. I think we're just going Dodgers with this one. What's to yes first run or yes inning? Yes run first inning. Yerfy.
Let's see how the Yerfy looks.
Because Blake Snell will let up a run.
Let's see.
Blake Snell's such a fucking trash.
Yeah, you must be so right that I don't even see. This is the first time looking at total first inning runs that I've seen it set over 1.5 and not over a half.
Yeah, so definitely not worth a Yerfy then.
But it's weird though, because over 1.5 is at 235, under 1.5 is at -305. I gotta maybe Yerfy somewhere else, but.
Well, anyways, Blake Snell is a good pitcher at home though. He has a 1.65 ERA at home, and they are at home. However, in his last three, he's got a 6.28. Just struggles. I think I'm just gonna stay away from that one.
Dodgers inning one winning is plus 300. If you think.
Ooh. Wait, first inning money line?
Yep.
That's definitely worth putting something on, I think. That's definitely because if it's 0-0 after the first, that's a push then, right?
That's the three-way.
Oh, what's the regular? Because give me the regular. Because
here's LA Dodgers to score a run in the first. Just for the Dodgers, that was at 225 plus 225 for the Dodgers to score in the first.
Yeah, but what's their first inning money line?
I can't find it.
Damn.
I can't find it without a three-way.
Darn. That's smart. Smart Vegas. Good move. Good move. Because Blake Snell is a fucking dog shit.
But Dodgers to score.
But Dodgers score the first run. Okay. Plus 220. That might be worth a sprinkle there. That might be a 0.5 unit, little guy.
Because then they don't even. Actually, that's a really good guy. Dodgers three-way for the money line is 300. So that means they'd already have to score one.
Yeah.
And then. So it's 225 for the insurance, even if they lose it.
I like it. And then 10-10, we have Mariners, Rockies. Mariners minus 157 at home. Rockies plus 135 on the road. Give me the Mariners because the Rockies are on the road. That's all I know. Let's see who the starting pitcher is. Let's see who the free pick's for. Damn it. Free picks on Seattle minus 159. However, Larry Ness has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs on why he's picking this. Holy shit, Larry. Easy there, buddy. Hey, better than spread knowledge at least. Seattle is 23-15 at home. Rockies are 5-27 on the road. Colorado has Freeland pitching. He has a 9.5758 ERA with a 2.27 WHIP. Flexen for Seattle. He's got a 4.12 ERA with a 1.29 WHIP. Pretty average, middle of the pack. Let's see what we got here. Looks like, yeah, Kyle just gets fucking smashed any place he goes.
Smacked around a little bit.
Yeah, he gets smacked around a bit. What is Seattle's team total over? And even if it's 5.5, I still might take it. I also like Seattle to win here, by the way. Colorado has one of the worst bullpens in the league with one of the worst starting pitchers in the league tonight. And on the road, I just think that Seattle fucking.
It's 4.5 at -104. That is not.
Give me that. Give me that. That is the best line I have heard all fucking day. There we go. Give me that. I'm locking that one in as soon as the show is over. Seattle over 4.5 team total against the Rockies. Fucking beautiful. I might put over a unit on that one. I might put 1.5 on that one. The game total is only 8.5 too. Interesting. I feel like this line is wrong. I feel like we have found a wrong line. It took us till the last game to find one, but I think we have found
That's
one.
why you gotta sift.
Give me Mariners. Give me Mariners team total over. Maybe game total over, because I think they might score 7 or 8 themselves. Yeah, big fan of that one. Big fan of that one. And the Rockies just fucking suck on the road. God, they're so bad. How does that even happen?
I mean, and dude,
It seriously doesn't make any sense how it can be so different.
it's
Also, Colorado is coming off of a 7-game home stint. They're just
dude.
Seattle beat Tampa Bay 4 times in a row. Like, it's just, come on, man. Like, this is easy pickings right now.
I'm so, dude. Every time that I type, normally, you just Google like NFL, NBA, MLB, whatever. Get the standings. You get to see all the score, game times, and all that. I always do that just to follow along, just to like keep track of the games and stuff. And every time something happened now, every time I type in MLB and hit enter, it changes it to www.mlb, and then it changes that to mlb.com. I can't Google MLB anymore. It puts me on every single time. I can't Google it. MLB, enter, mlb.com. No, it's not, and it's not like autofilling. It's not. It just won't let me Google MLB. This is the worst. Dang it. But yeah, it's crazy how good the Rockies are at home. They have like what?
Super good team. Sorry, super good team at home. Actually, insanely impressive.
They're tied for the 4th best home record in the MLB.
That's crazy. Yet they're 5-27 on the road. Yeah. Give me Mariners. Team total over. To win doesn't really matter. They should clean house on that one. We're on to WNBA. Congrats, fellas, that stuck around for this part, because this is the best part of the show. 7 o'clock, we have the Dallas Wings going against the Connecticut Sun. This line opened at Sun -4.5, Wings +4.5, and now it is Wings -1 Wings minus. I hate when they do this. Give me different books and shit. All right. Anyways, Connecticut getting +1.5, Wings -1.5, depending on what book you're on. Looks like 44% of tickets are on the Sun, 53% of money. Pretty split well down the middle. Let me go to covers and see what we're doing here. Connecticut Sun looks like they're getting stacked on in covers, which makes me think that I want to bet on the Dallas Wings. Jonquel Jones is still out for the Sun. She is a huge piece. She's at 21.6 points per game, 10.4 rebounds, 3 assists. She's 6'6". Definitely a missing piece for them. And it looks like Alyssa Thomas might be playing today. She's questionable. She's also a big piece. She's 6'2", but she's only played 1 game all season. They haven't played each other this season. Dallas has kind of just been hit or miss lately. They lose by 12 to Minnesota, and then they beat them by 20-something. They lose the Aces by 7. They smash Phoenix. They beat Phoenix. They beat the Storm. They lost an OT to the Storm. I think the Dallas Wings are a very, very good team, and it looks like they've really only had 1 lapse in the past. They've covered the spread 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of their last 8 games, and the only one they didn't was against Minnesota. I really wish I would have gotten the Dallas at +4.5, because that would have been a sweet line. I still think -1 is a good line. I think they could easily beat the Sun here. Sun are at home. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research, see what the public lines come out a little bit more on that one. But so far, leaning Wings -1. I think that's good, especially to see that everyone's stacked on the Sun on covers. Makes me feel a lot better about betting on the Wings. I don't see any big injuries to the Wings. I could be, hang on, WNBA injuries, because to see a line jump that much, you would think has something going on, but
yeah,
we will find out. Oh, this is fucking, I don't do covers, and their fucking injuries are so bad. So bad. Man, I love this website, but Dude, they suck sometimes. Let's see here. Yeah, I got nothing. Interesting. All right, well. Looks like there's no reason that line jumped that much. Maybe they thought Jonquil Jones was going to play, or just the money came out a little lopsided. I don't know. Interesting, though. Sky and Liberty go at it tonight. Sky on the road, Chi-Town Sky, -5.5. Liberty at home getting +5.5. That's also at 7 o'clock. Don't see any public lines for this one right now, so I'm not sure what people are stacked on, which makes me a little bit nervous to give a lean, but we'll do our best. Hey, we sure took a shit on Chi-Town Sky to start the season, but boy, have they been playing better lately. It looks like Sabrina Yonsku will be back. She's getting healthier and healthier. Hang on. Compact latest. No. Injuries. Yeah. I'm looking for Sabrina probable versus Spark. Oh yeah, she played the last game, so she'll be fine. I'm not really sure what to do on this one. New York Liberty were impressive at the beginning, and then they weren't. And Chi-Town Sky were not impressive at the beginning, and now they are. Mm-hmm. They beat the Connecticut Sun by 10 and by 6. They beat the Lynx by 16, but they only beat the Fever by 4 before that. It seems like just in their last 3 or so games, which makes sense because they have good old Candace Parker back. It seems like ever since she's been back, they have done pretty well. But the New York Liberty are getting healthy. So this might just be a stay away game in general. I am leaning the Sky just because I've been playing very well lately. But that's a tough one. 10 o'clock, we have Seattle Storm at home getting -13.5 against the Mystics, which is a very interesting line considering it started at 8.5. But I know the Washington Mystics have a shitload of injuries right now. Also, Atlanta Dream's top scorer is out for a month or so. So keep that in check. They're not playing tonight, but they will be tomorrow night. Keep that in check, everyone who's listening, that Atlanta Dream should be struggling for a little while. Looking at Mystics injuries, we have 5 players out. 4 players out, 1 questionable. Deladonna is still out. That's obviously a huge. She hasn't played all season. She will be coming back relatively soon. Looks like, Natasha Cloud is out. She's played 12 games. She averages anywhere between 25 and 30 minutes a game. Looks like 7 points per game, but in her last 4, she's more about 10, 4 rebounds a game, 6 assists per game. So she is a facilitator. Couple steals per game. So definitely a piece that they'll miss a little bit. Also out is Kira Leslie, a little bit less of an impact player. She only plays 15 to 20. Just a couple points per game, couple assists, couple rebounds. Hang on, sorry. I'm just going to go through these just to see if there's any big ones. Maisha Hines-Allen, also out. She is a bigger piece for the Mystics. She is around 30 minutes a game, 14 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, 2.3 assists per game. She's 6'1". That will definitely be a piece that they're missing. And then the last injury is she's questionable. Eric McCall is questionable tonight. Not as big of a player, only gets about 15 minutes per game, but she's solid enough, getting 5 points per game, 5 rebounds per game. She's 6'2". So with Candace Parker in there, and you're missing a couple of your bigger woman, Candace Parker should not Candace Parker. I'm thinking of the Seattle Storm center. They don't have the name, but she should fucking eat tonight. Absolutely tear it apart. Give me Seattle Storm. Hang on. Now see, this is why I like this website. This little advanced WNBA statistics. That is not how you spell statistics. No. Can you please bring me to the right website? God, I hate when my laptop just is not responding to me. Okay, sorry. Let's go advanced filters. I would like to check first quarter because I think the Storm are very good in the first quarter, and I would like to see how the Mystics are in the first quarter. The Mystics are not great in the first quarter. Advanced. Can I have the thing that I'm looking for here? Please. There it is.
No.
Net rating. No, I can't.
Oh.
Seattle Storm is a 9.1 net rating in the first quarter. Mystics are a 7.5, so we're definitely not going to take the first quarter. But give me that full game spread, I think, at 13.5 for the Storm. I want to see what the public is doing because I love fading the public in WNBA. It looks like covers, people are a little bit on the Storm, but their team money leaders are on the Mystics despite all the injuries. I just think the Storm are a very good team, and with the Mystics being shorthanded, I think this could very well be a big old blowout. I could be wrong. The Mystics could pull something out of their ass, but when they only beat Indiana by 5, they beat the Dream by 3, then they lost the Dream by 23, and Atlanta's got a big injury. I don't see the Mystics trending in the right direction with all these injuries, and they only beat the Fever by 5, considering they're the worst team. Give me Seattle Storm. Full game spread. I don't think we're going to do quarters. I don't want to touch the quarters. But that line will probably jump up higher than minus 13.5. I'm going to wait on it. I'll probably end up getting it at 14.5. If you want to lock it in now, it's not a bad idea. I think you're still safe. But because I run a VIP service, I'm going to chill on it for a little bit. That's all the WNBA. I'm going to look at team total. If I had to take the over in the Sky Liberty game and the under in the Sun Wings game. If I had to pick, I do.
A line for Sun Wings on DraftKings. I'm not sure why, but
oh, okay. That is kind of up in the air. I think they're trying to figure out what's the right move here because I've seen that move all over the place. So to recap, I like the Wings to cover. I like the Sky to cover, but I'm probably not going to end up betting on that game just because it's a little bit stuff, and the Storm to cover. Those are all just leans. Those are not official. Those could change very well depending on what I see other people do, but that is where we're headed right now. It is 12:15. We have gone through over an hour of bets, over an hour of sports news.
That flew by, man.
Over 2 hours. Feels good to be back. Feels good. Can't wait to win some money today. Very excited. Taking back over VIP. It's going to be a great day.
Yes, sir.
VIP has struggled for the past, 5-6 days? I mean, even my last day, I wasn't pulling anything good. So it's about time for the fellas to turn around. It hasn't been bad. We just keep losing like a unit every day, it feels like. But yeah, a little bit of a rough patch here for VIP, but boy, we always bounce back hard, and I'm excited for it.
It's the classic Monday move. We got it.
Hit them with an A-OK on the way out because it's going to be an A-OK day. Fellas, we appreciate you. If you are in VIP or have been in VIP, watch for an email coming out. We got a little merchandise promo. We got little packages coming out. Just stay alerted. It's going to be some fun stuff for the fellas coming out this week.
Remain vigilant.
But thank you for tuning in, everyone who did. Jason, we always appreciate you popping in the chat.
Yes.
A little bit of a slow Tuesday, but hey, it's a Tuesday. Heyfellas.co, heyfellas.co, heyfellas.co. Follow all the social media. Our TikTok has a 1.2 million view video on it now, 133,000 likes because we are good at what we do.
That's at Hey Fellas Betting. That was actually probably the least effort one that we've ever done.
Yeah, I literally it probably took me 8 minutes to make compared to like the hour that it normally takes me. So socials are popping. VIP is struggling a little bit, but it's going to be turning around quick. Don't you worry about it. Merchandise is popping. Get your professional gambler shirt. I wore that all throughout the airports yesterday, and boy, I got some funny looks at my shirt, and I loved it. People would look at my shirt and then look at me and be like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, I'm a professional gambler. I don't know what to tell you. That shirt is awesome, by the way. Fits good. Makes your muscles look big, by the way. It's nice.
Hey.
It's nice. Yeah. I was like, hey, my muscles are not that big, but it's making me look okay. I'll take it.
There we go.
Have a great day,
I
fellas.
think that's all you
Have-
can ask for.
Have a wonderful day. Thank you for being here. I'll see you on Twitter. And again, tomorrow we'll be here 10 a.m. sharp, like we always are, 10 to 12. We might even go over a little bit if we're having a little bit of fun. Who
Just a
knows?
little bit.
Yeah, just a little.
All
Get
right,
yourself a
fellas.
VIP package before we blow it off.
Yeah. Get in
Because we're
that.
going to.
Go to that heyfellas.co, 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 heyfellas.co.
Jason said, take it easy, fellas, and let's cash. I agree, Jason. Take it easy and let's fucking cash.
Couldn't
It's going to be a
agree
great
more.
day. It's going to be a great day. We'll see you fellas tomorrow. Have a good one. Win some money tonight.
Ayo, ayo. All right, here we go. Bye, fellas.